The Honourable Member for Swan River.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise in the House today with great honour to move the throne speech for the third session of the 42nd Legislative Assembly of Manitoba. First, I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome everyone back to session. While I can't see the smiling faces of my colleagues, I trust we're all happy to be back in the chamber after a summer like no other. Our House leaders and our clerks have faced tremendous challenges as we find a new stride in virtual sitting. Thank you to everyone here today and behind the scene that have worked tirelessly to make sure we could all be here today. The history and tradition of this Assembly are spectacular examples of the work ethic of Manitobans. From the original log cabin on the bank of the Red River to the chamber we sit in today underneath the iconic Golden Boy, Manitobans have never turned away from a challenge. This year is no exception to the rule. Last week, we celebrated the accomplishment of balancing the budget, an achievement made just in time to prepare us, to strengthen us to face new, unprecedented challenge. Protecting Manitobans in our fight against COVID-19 and planning for the future. Continuing our work to fix the finances, repair the services, and rebuild our economy, while pursuing a two-term balanced budget plan to eliminate the COVID deficit while investing in the services Manitobans depend on, all while protecting health care, protecting jobs, protecting income, reducing taxes, protecting education and child care, protecting financial and environmental investments, and the future of Manitobans. From the shores of Lake Winnipegosis to the Porcupine and Duck Mountains, the Swan Valley is a spectacular place, and I'll always call home. I'd like to thank the communities within my constituency that entrusted me to represent them. I want to say it's an extraordinary honor to engage with you all on a regular basis. Engaging with my constituents is the light of my day, the butter to my bread. Seeing the difference that I can make within these communities is really what keeps me going. Swan River, Minitonas, Cowan, Camperville, Mafeking, Benito, Bozeman, Birch River, Pine River, St. Clair, Ethelbert, Roblin, Inglis, Russell, Rossburn, Binscarth, West Pacific First Nation, Sapatoya Cree Nation, both part of the Swampy Creek Tribal Council, Wayway-Sakapo First Nation, Pine Creek First Nation. I want to acknowledge our seniors. Seniors build our province and have provided so much of what we have in this beautiful province, ensuring that more Manitoba seniors are better able to age in the community they call home, with the supports they need to be comfortable, and know their efforts are appreciated. As someone who worked in the Swan Valley School Division for the majority of my career, I take our government's mandate in education very seriously. The educators across our province have faced the September back to school like no other. The innovation and the creativity being channeled by our education professional is something that should inspire us all. From the YouTube tours of new distancing protocols to the use of color in cohorting, Swan Valley Regional School has always been a hub in my community. It brings students from across the valley not just literally. Providing an annual increase of over $1.6 billion more in education funding over the next 4 years is critical to continue to grow these programs in rural Manitoba. Partnerships with the University of Brandon and the University College of the North to offer university courses to our grade 12 students. This is instrumental in building a strong economy. This will allow students to not only take advanced placement courses, but also level university credits. This will help build equity within our provincial education system, as these courses are rarely offered in rural Manitoba. This partnership allows rural students to enter on the same playing field as their urban counterparts. This partnership strongly encourages academic excellence. This all being said, academic excellence is not only a skill that students will be able to leave SVRS with and the other high schools within the region. SVRS is one of the province's premier vocational high schools. We offer integrated programs in electrical, carpentry, heavy duty, power mechanics, automotive, culinary services, cosmetology, graphic arts, environmental management. Many of our grade 12 students graduate with high school diploma and a certified first level in a trade of their choice. We have grown these programs to better fit our community by allowing adult students to enroll in vocational training at a small tuition fee. This allows skilled individuals to stay close to home while expanding their education or retraining for a career. This transforming and modernizing apprentice training enable more Manitobans to become skilled journeymen, particularly in rural and northern Manitoba. The Swan Valley Regional has worked very closely with University College of the North in the PAW. The Swan River Regional Center satellite opened back in November of 2011, and the following certificate, diploma, and university level programs have been delivered with instructors and university faculty training on site in Swan River. The introduction of licensed practical nursing program at this satellite campus has brought monumental change to our healthcare facilities, with 15 grads coming from the program every year. These graduates, they enter in the practical field within our health care facilities. When the program opened in 2016, it quickly filled up with local students who've been waiting on a waiting list trying to enter the Faculty of Nursing at U of M. The program has a waiting list since its inception, bringing students from across the valley in Manitoba to move to Swan River to grow their skills due to the high demand this program gives preference to Manitoba, Saskatchewan residents. These initiatives are developing Swan Valley into a vocational hub in rural Manitoba, preparing Manitobans for the jobs of the future and ensuring workers get the education and labor market training they need to be job ready. This is such an important goal for the communities. The Swan River constituency is a gem for tourism, with world-class trout lakes in the Duck Mountains, Goose Lake in Roblin, and numerous lakes in Russell and Rossburn surrounding area. I want to acknowledge Stacy Grindle and her office right behind the Big Swan in Swan River. It's often one of the first places people stop in town. Stacy is the manager of the Swan Valley Chamber of Commerce, and her bright smile at the tourism office in Swan River welcomes everyone from near and far. Thank you, Stacy, for sharing your knowledge and love of the community. Stacy was one of the locals who started an initiative to take over 110 hiking trails, mapped and updated on internationally recognized site alltrails.com, highlighting the vast ecotourism of the region. Fish Enhancements Initiative, to place and mark fishing docks and access points. Many of these were known to locals only by the tire tracks. Now these local hidden gems are drawing tourists from all over Manitoba. I want to acknowledge Snowman and North Mountain Riders. These groups of volunteers dedicate countless hours to maintaining over 775 kilometers of snowmobile trails. These are groomed, signed, and mapped to snowman standards. All trails have warm-up shelters equipped with wood stove, firewood, and seating. In most recent years, the group's advocacy has led the Swan Valley and surrounding area to be named the most popular snowmobiling destination in Canada, thanks to the extensive infrastructure built by these volunteer groups. In addition, Lake of the Prairies in the beautiful Assissippi Valley has everything to offer for an outdoor enthusiast. With numerous campgrounds, world-class fishing, it is a sportsman's paradise where one can enjoy family time and explore the great outdoors Manitoba has to offer. I can't forget about the Assissippi Ski Hill, a world-class ski hill in the middle of the Manitoba prairies during the winter, and a mountain biker's paradise in summer. When there, stop at the Assissippi Park concession and try their delicious breakfast specials. This summer, we got to see how the reduction of red tape has helped private enterprise. The red tape on business and provincial parks were previously crippling. With new owners at the Wellman Lake Lodge this spring, we watched the lodge flourish in front of our eyes, from lunch specials to our full functional patio bar. The lodge has once again become a center of the community at Wellman and Glad Lake, welcoming folks from all across Manitoba. Yes, Arch and Dawn at Blue Lakes Lodge also welcome you to world-class trout fishing and their hospitality. Childs Lake is also a great tourist attraction, as well as Goose Lake in Roblin. While so much of the population around the Duck Mountains have enjoyed a peaceful season, this hasn't been the case for some of the most important stakeholders we have in our ecosystem. An icon of Manitoba, our moose. Although populations are slowly recovering, they are extremely fragile. All stakeholders must work together for a common cause to have a sustainable population. It's tough to be a moose. With brainworm, winter ticks as a result of climatic conditions, predators, and an increased demand for their meat, this species needs our help. We will work with all stakeholders toward the common goal of ensuring sustainability for generations to come. It's more important than ever to save this icon of the boreal forest. We'll also work diligently with everyone on the landscape. In conclusion, we have to put our differences aside to work collaboratively with all of the stakeholders in my area. We are the government and the team that Manitobans can trust to keep its word and get the job done. Forging positive, respectful, and inclusive relationships with Indigenous and Northern communities is fundamental to Manitoba's economic prosperity. I'm proud to be a part of our team, to work hard for all Manitobans as we move forward in these unprecedented times, to fix the finances, to repair the services, and rebuild our economy. Never before has it been more important to build positive relationships. This will be the key, and together, Manitobans, we can do it. Thank you.